How's it going, everyone? My name is Bertimus, and welcome back to the forest. Now, today is a brand new day, both literally and figuratively. But what I want to do in today's episode is to finally finish off the last piece, or at least for now, the last piece of the main base and the main temple, which is that new garden area. Now, I have some ideas for that. Let's go over them. As you can see, we have this nice big wide open area back here. What I want to do is to finish building up this wall to match that height. So I think in total it'll be 4 high. I'm probably going to put another layer of bones up here to match that height, since this is only 3 high currently. Then we're going to run that wall all the way down to here, probably where this path ends. And then I want to put like a little platform so it kind of evens out this area back here a little bit. And then possibly a platform that also kind of wraps around back here, simply because this is all space I want to be able to utilize and not just lose. Because I mean, it's still a decent amount of space back here. You could put a whole building back here if you wanted to, but I don't know what to do with this space yet. But perhaps as we go along today, ideas will flow. And as always, if you have ideas on what you would like that space to be, hit me up in the comments. Let me know. If you got ideas, I want to hear them. Because some of the coolest stuff I've been working on so far has kind of come from you guys, so let me know. With that being said, actually, this new and improved garden stemmed from an idea that one of you guys had a while back. The idea was to get a new garden going, or at least one where we could have like a constant supply, or constant as we can, supply of blueberries, aloe vera, all that good stuff. And that's all stuff that I've been just going out in the wild to find up to this point. I haven't really harvested a whole lot other than a couple of berry bushes over by my door on the house. But we have an opportunity here to like make a really big, nice little area. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll have planters that run all the way down along this side. We'll have that nice big platform out here. I don't know if we'll put any seating. I mean, it would be nice to put seating there, but I don't know if we'll get to that today. So a nice big platform down here, probably with some archways to kind of have the sunlight come through. I think that would look really nice. And then probably a walkway that goes along the back side of the fire pit area and the sacrifice room. And then a nice little addition to that like patio back here on this side, so that we can utilize this space here. The only spot I'm thinking honestly of walling up is probably this space. I'm just putting a wall right here, because there's not a whole lot I could fit back here. And I mean, there's just one little lamp that kind of got closed off from the wall, but it still provides light through the wall. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good start for this area. So let's go ahead and start laying out all the blueprints for that and see where we get. We have officially laid out the platform. Now I think this will be a nice size little patio area. It doesn't extend off too much, so we still have the protection of the actual like cliff here, but it just kind of levels out this area enough to where I think it'll be like a nice little deck patio area to have over here. I've also laid out where the rock wall is going to be. I finished putting the rock wall to 4 high and added an archway here for the doorway. So now we can actually get a feel for that height, which is very now uniform, kind of coming down through here. And then you just kind of branch off to go into the garden. And then we have our nice little like open viewing area with the bone wall, so that as you're kind of walking into this area, you can see the garden and see this nice area, and it's not blocked off by a rock wall here. I think that was kind of important, because otherwise it would have felt a little too dismal, a little too dark, a little too cramped. So it's nice to have a nice big open viewing area here, I think. I've added the 4th layer of the bone wall up there, so we're going to have to get some folks to come visit us so we can start filling that out more. I've done a raised platform to kind of get over to that other area, because it's actually higher up. So what I did was I did a raised platform to get over there, which then kind of levels off and gives us a nice little patio area back here as well. Oh, And I closed off that weird little section. Just, no need to peek behind the curtain there. What we need to do now is start taking all of these logs, start filling in those spaces, and along the way, fill in some of the rock wall here, and see if we can get some folks to come join us to fill out some of this bone wall. Or actually, wait. Do I need to do that? Let's go check the storage shed. Ha 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 ha. I do not need anyone yet, because when we were getting all the skulls for the hotel, I needed skulls more than I needed bones, and after I got done making all the bone armor and bone arrows that I could, I just started keeping bones on the side. So we got a surplus. There we go. Oh, I'm already full on bones. Well, why didn't you tell me that before, game? Hey! There we go. Storage shed for the win. Having a surplus of bones. Well, I guess now we can get started on everything else. First piece of wall done. That feels good. Okay. Let's start putting in some logs. There we go. Construction has officially begun. Temple Garden 2.0 is a go. So I'm just out getting some food because I was all out of food, I just realized. And I've noticed that ever since the big new update, I can't see into ponds anymore. They just look like black holes. Like, it's kind of creepy that it looks like my body's going to nowhere, but if I get my head under the water, once I get under the water, I can still see. Like, I can still see fish and everything. Hello, fishies. I can still see fish, but I can't actually see into it anymore. When I first saw that, it was kind of like a transition point between night and day, and I thought maybe it was just the light making it so I couldn't see into it. But, I mean, it's broad daylight. I should be able to see into this pond. Is it every pond that's like that? Hold on, there's another pond over here. Yeah! Every pond. Pitch black. Why this? Making it more difficult to get fish. Also, here's something new that never used to happen. If I am pushing a log cart and I go over a bush, it doesn't do anything, right? And it used to be that if I parked it there, it still wouldn't do anything. But now, if I park it there, it kills whatever's underneath it. Is that new to this update, or have I just never seen that before? Let me know in the comments if you guys know, because that was something I just recently noticed as I was going through and doing all of this. Excuse me, I'm just trying to get some herbs. Can you guys go away? Just seriously, back off. I just need some herbs. I'm full there. Really? You guys, like, leave me alone? Excuse you. Yeah, I see you coming up behind me. Back off, man. You don't want to tussle. Alright, bone wall is done. The big tall wall off to the side is done. The main platform out here is done, along with a stairway up to the crossway into this little section back here. Again, don't know what I want this to be. If you got ideas, let me know. Otherwise, it could just be a nice little kind of sitting area or a nice place to walk to. I mean, it still adds a good bit of variety to this build, I think. Just having more areas to kind of like creep up into and walk into that feel purposeful and not like it's an area I just forgot about. And that's really what's more important to me right now in this build, is making sure that things feel purposeful and not forgotten. Another thing I added was just a little section over here with the walkway that goes down to this this hallway that kind of gives some separation up to the wall. Again, this is the same concept as the front wall, to where you still have this walkway that kind of goes back and forth along the whole thing of it, so that if the front wall fails and stuff is coming in, we can get back and forth quickly to either side of this thing if we're on the ground back here. So we have a little walkway. One thing I don't appreciate about stairs is sometimes they don't show you this gap, and then when you finish it, it's like there's a plank missing, but I can float in air. So it's solid, but there's a plank missing. What? Why? Now it looks weird, but I don't want to take the time to redo it because it still functions the way I need it to. Oh yeah, I also put in a little archway here. So the idea now is to start putting in archways all along the exterior here and all across here. I think I'm going to try and pull the same maneuver I did on the other side over here, where we incorporate some pillars and then just build a roof that goes from the pillar into the wall itself, since I can attach it to, theoretically, any one of the points on the wall as it goes up. Hopefully that works. We'll see. First thing I want, though, to match the aesthetic of the hotel over there, I did the stick fences around the outside. So I think I'm going to do the stick fences again over here, and then I just have to clear out the ones that don't make any sense, but this is the easiest way to get that, hug that nice curve from here and run it up the stairs and then go this way. There we go. Nice little stick fence trim all the way along the outside. And then to get those pillars, what do I want here? I think we want a rock wall here so it feels consistent coming up to that point. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll feel nice, having that continuation of stone kind of come up to this point and then take you out. That feels good. Now to get the arches, we're gonna do some single pillars just like we've been doing everywhere else, and then we'll kind of space those out along here, and once we build those we can build our arches kind of across. I wonder if I'll get to see the little neighbors scampering by down here. That'd be great. Why does it look like on that island over there there's like a little cave entrance in the top of that boulder? That would be cool. I want a cave over there. So now that I have everything built up, I've got the archways, I've got the flower beds, which I can put... How much can I put in here? Hopefully a bunch. I think literally the biggest I could make this one. And this one was being wonky because of how much it dips down here. So we just have a nice little kind of like division. Maybe we'd put one thing in here and another thing in here. Maybe this is all blueberry. This can be, I don't know, cone flower. And then we have all these nice little wall planters back here. I thought this is a great little nook to have a bunch of little wall planters you could put like aloe vera or something in. I think that's going to look super cool, and I'm really excited about it. The overhead piece here, so we've got our little tunnel. I was able to connect it up to the wall. Luckily, the height kind of worked out. Magic. I would like to say that I was clever enough to have planned it to work out that way, but magic. That's all I got. Magic. One thing I am noticing, though, it's very dark. So I think this is the part of the build where we start to get our neighbors involved. Give me that good. Show it to me. I'm thinking a skull lamp in every arch. Just like we have on the death traps outside. Let's put in a few more lights and see how many skulls I'm going to need. Alright, it looks like 17 skulls, 13 ropes. We already got some of that, so let's just start at the far end, start working our way back out. Yeah. Alright. Let's get some food and then get the rest of this rocking and rolling. Also, I know I can get a skull from this here, but as long as it will stay, I kind of like having it. It's like a nice little piece of artwork that I get to keep from the cannibals that's left in my garden. So I want to keep it. Well. We may have found our first customers. What did I tell you all about being over at my wood chopping place? Get out of the trees! Get down from there. What is that sound? Who just exploded? Oh, come on now. You just cost me a whole body. Great. Can I get you from here? I can. Oh, thank goodness. I need more. Bring me another! Don't you worry, big boy. I'll be coming to you soon enough. I'm gonna need an overhaul. But what are we gonna do with you? I don't know. Figure it out. Oh, you have excellent timing. I just stopped back from the market. Wow. Wow. There's a lot of you. Woo, there's a lot of you. It's one. Yeah, want to do something about it? Excuse you. You're on the wrong side. You can kindly piss off, please. Ow. Oh, hold on. I forgot to take off my suit. Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. Come on. I know you want a piece of this. Yeah. Watch me dance. Watch me dance. Come on now. Come on and join me. Come on and join me dancing. Got him. It's always nice when the neighbors stop by. It's a fun time. Alright. Everything is finally finished up. We've got all the skulls that we needed. All our friends and neighbors were more than generous with how often they were coming over. We have all the planters filled. We have, over here, aloe vera. Over here, tons and tons of little blueberry bushes. This is going to be massive. A massive amount of blueberry bushes. Over here in the nook, I have planted, are they sprouting yet? Coneflower. So it's going to be a nice little nook of flowers over here in the corner. I think that's going to be pretty great to be able to walk in and just see nice little, I mean, they look like daisies, so like daisies kind of sticking out here. That's going to be nice. I'm super glad that we got to keep our sculpture from our friends outside. It means a lot to me that it's kind of back here. It's just a nice little reminder of the world we're leaving behind out there. Another thing I added was to kind of tie this temple section back here more to that front town section on the other side of the wall was another one of these pillars with the birdhouses. Except this time I was able to stack them a little better. And I played around with the idea of doing these hanging skull lamps off the back of these birdhouses because the way I was able to position them actually looks like it's kind of like tied off on that back branch, which just feels really cool. I like it a lot. I like that a lot. Oh, that reminds me. If you're here, and I haven't checked since the new update, does that mean that my sculpture from before is still... Yeah! Yeah. Now that is a sculpture worthy of being in the trophy house. I'm so glad that stayed. I was worried that might not have stayed when they did the big update. Last but not least, we have this kind of little nook back here, which it feels like a really cool spot to hang out in. The fact that you have to walk up the stairs to kind of take this little walkway along the cliff to get back over to it, I like that a lot. I don't know what to do with this space, but I like that a lot. It just feels, I don't know, there's something about this space back here that just feels good. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have for this episode today. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any ideas of what I can do with this space back here, let me know. Hit me up in the comments down below. I want your comments. I want to know your ideas. Give them to me. I want them. Hit me up. Also, if you're excited about future episodes, because now that this is done, that means that we can start finishing up the island base and then kind of branching out into the rest of the forest and going to different locations that have giant trees. Like one just on the other side over there, on the other side of the cove. That's going to be another location. We've got another one over by where we've been doing all of our logging. I'm super excited for how this is going to keep going. Now, I don't know how much longer the game is going to let me do that, because I have a lot of buildings in this file now. It's starting to get a little laggy, but we are going to ride it to the bitter end. because I want to build as much as I can with this concept. Because in my mind, it can't be divided up. It's all one concept. So we'll see how it goes. Until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.